Hello traders, the title of the video is how to forecast the end of X wave of double zigzag pattern. Alright, so I believe that you have already watched the video that we titled Mastering a Double Zigzag Pattern and Complex Wave. Alright, I also understand that probably you have already watched the video that we also titled How to Trade Double Zigzag Pattern like a pro at 2-4 stock at a 2-4 Elliott Wave YouTube channel, DG2, DG4 Elliott Wave YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I want to show traders how one can forecast the end of the X wave of the double zigzag pattern. Previously, I said to traders that when I'm referring to the double zigzag pattern, this section, the middle part of the zigzag pattern, I do not like to call it X wave. I prefer to call it a frame because, in my view, the double zigzag is an Elliott wave pattern that is formed of double zigzag pattern connected with a frame. 1, 2, 3. So instead of calling this 1, 2, 3 X wave, I prefer to call it a frame. Alright? But the title, you may say, George, you are saying how to forecast the end of the S wave of a double zigzag. So that S wave that I'm talking about is the free price structure that is connecting the double zigzag. So how do you forecast the end of the free of the double zigzag? Alright? So usually, very often you may have first the trending first. You see this stock was trending since 1991 and the trending phase has ended in 2000. After the trending phase, the correction has started and we have a zigzag. It's a zigzag pattern here. Alright. As the zigzag pattern is completed, one thing I want you to understand is that if we have a trending phase, okay, followed by a zigzag, alright, if that zigzag pattern is ending near the moving average 200, as you see here, the blue line here, this is the moving average 200 on the monthly chart. It may be true on the 4-hour time frame or other lower time frame, but most importantly, on a monthly chart, if that zigzag pattern that is correcting the 21st is ending near the moving average 200, or market participant will be expecting a new trend after that zigzag pattern. But as an Elliott wave trader, you don't want when a corrective wave is completed and you are expecting an impulse wave or another trending phase, you don't want to forget, okay, what we call X wave or frame. So most Elliott wave traders, once the corrective wave or a zigzag pattern ending at the moving of 200 like this, they will only be expecting an impulse wave or X wave. They will be expecting an impulse wave or a trending phase. So they will say correction has ended, a new impulse wave forming probably the third wave of a higher degree, or a new trending phase will begin. But you want also to remember that we can have X wave, and you want to prepare yourself apart from expecting only the trending phase or an impulse wave. You want to prepare yourself in your mind that what will happen if we have free? What will happen if we have an X? Now, how do we forecast the end of that X wave that will be connecting the two zigzag pattern or two corrective waves. And you want to know that. So the first thing that you need to do, because the first zigzag is completed like this, 1, 2, 3, down. You want to start drawing trend lines. So the first one, here it is. So I can start from the lower part of this trending file and connect it like this, you see. You see the line that I'm drawing now? That's the blue line. Connecting the beginning of the trending file to this, you see this pullback. You see, price went up, down, and bounce up here. It's a pivot point. So all of these are connect the starting point and this. Now you can see that that's exactly where the price, that trend line will be very useful to you. So because the first zigzag is a 3-segment price action, yes or no? The A part of the zigzag, the B part of the zigzag, and the C part of the zigzag. The A part of the zigzag is subdivided into 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The B part of the zigzag is 1, 2, 3. And the C wave of the zigzag is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are referring to the impulse wave of the zigzag. The B wave, 1, 2, 3 of the zigzag is the corrective wave of the zigzag, correcting the A wave of the zigzag, followed by another impulse wave. So generally speaking, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. But sometimes we may have a corrective wave followed by X or 3. Alright? So instead of all the time expecting the impulse wave or trending file after a corrective wave, be also ready for an X or 3. That's what I'm saying. So you see how just drawing that trend line has been helpful here, right? So now we are not only expecting a trending file, we are not only expecting an impulse wave after the first zigzag, we are also expecting either a 3 or X. So it went up a bit, pull back, and here it is, stopping here. So draw as many useful, repeat, useful trend line that you can draw after the trending phase. So this is another one here I'm drawing now. As many useful trend line that you can draw after the trending phase and the first zigzag. And just wait. If we're going to have an X wave or 3, that S wave may end on the edge of one of those useful trend lines that you have drawn after the trending phase and this first zigzag pattern. So I can go on and on and on, drawing all kind of trend lines on my chart. So I connect this to the beginning and this one. I can, you see, this is another pivot point here. Oops, yeah, what is that? Okay. I can draw another one from this point and connect it to that low here. You see this point and this point here. I can draw it. So all I'm doing now, I'm just drawing as many useful trend lines that I can draw once the trending phase and the first zigzag is completed. Usually, if we're going to have a next wave, or if you're going to have a 3, it may end on or near one of those useful trend lines. Even if after the first zigzag we're going to have a trending phase or an impulse wave, those trend lines may be useful to us to find excellent trading opportunity. To forecast the end of the X wave of the zigzag pattern, one must first draw all the useful trend lines that one can draw after the trending phase and the first zigzag. That's the first step. The next step is to go into the mind of the Fibonacci pattern traders. The Fibonacci pattern traders will be expecting either a bad pattern or a bar pattern, or a Gartley pattern. So you see what we see, because when the Fibonacci traders see trending first, they will label this point A for alpha, and they will label this point X. So this is sorry, they will label this point X, S for X-ray, and they will label this point A, and they will be expecting A, B, C, D sharp pattern. Can you see that? A, B, C, D. And usually the point D will be touching one of those useful trend lines. So apart from drawing the useful trend line, you want to go into the mind of Fibonacci pattern traders. The Fibonacci pattern traders, they call this point X, they call this point A, B, C, D. But they will also go into the mind, draw Fibonacci retracement to the what? XA. From the high to the low of the SA. I've done it. XA. Very, very important. If you are an area weight trader and you do not pay attention to the Fibonacci traders, you may make all kind of mistakes. In fact, an area weight trader should be an excellent Fibonacci pattern trader. Or did I say that? Very, very important. So I was telling area weight trader that if you are an area weight trader, you must be excellent top-down trading method trader. You should be able to use different trading methods. Now I'm saying to you also, as an area weight trader, you should master the Fibonacci patterns. The Gartley pattern, the butterfly pattern, the bat pattern, okay, the crab patterns. Mass. So, to help you to know where that X wave of the zigzag pattern is likely to end, if it's going to be S wave, no one knows that it's going to definitely be X wave or trending fell. But if we're going to have a next wave of 3, all right, after the first zigzag pattern, draw the useful trend line, go into the mind of the Fibonacci traders, all right, and highlight the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement of the SA. Where is it? So you apply Fibonacci retracement to the SA of the Fibonacci traders, and you want to highlight the 78.6% level. Usually, Fibonacci traders that are expecting a Gartley pattern will be monitoring day and night that level. 70. I don't use 78.6. I use 78.0. That's where it stops. See, this is the 3, 1, 2, 3, or this is what some trader may call X, 1, 2, 3. The first zigzag completed. Now, how do we forecast the end of the S wave or the 3? I said to you already that I don't like to call it S in this case. When I'm talking about double zigzag, I prefer to call this one 3. All right. There it is. You see, stop exactly on the dot. In fact, we have a hot spot trading zone because of the intersection between the pink line and the blue line. You see? Highlight the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level, and also highlight the 88.6% level. Why? Why? You see, if you don't know, it means that you must now start learning about the Fibonacci patterns. You must highlight also the 88.6% Fibonacci retracement level of what? SA. Because the Fibonacci pattern traders that are expecting the BAT pattern, B80, Bravo Alpha Tango, BAT pattern, we'll be watching that level of 88.6% level. So sometime it may stop here. In most cases, if you're going to have a double zigzag, it may either stop at a 50% Fibonacci retracement of the SA, or the 78.0% level, rarely at the 88.6% level. Usually, you may see at 78.6% or 50% Fibonacci retracement level of the SA. But you do not want to assume that this is going to be always at 78.6% level, that it cannot go at 88.6% level, that you will always stop at the 50% level. You are highlighting them all. 88.6%, 78.0, and the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. You are just watching the reaction because you already drawn the useful trend line. Now you go into the mind of Fibonacci traders that expecting a Gartley pattern, the butterfly pattern, and so on. You are not assuming anything because your intention is to forecast the possible end of a free of S wave if there will be an X wave. Until that S wave is formed, which means you see here now the common settler is broken. We see here 1, 2, 3. Now we have another structure 1, 2, 3. Now this is a free. This is something they say this is an X. Now as soon as these common settler allow this price move from from C to D for Fibonacci traders is kaput, they will sell. They say, George, I don't care about area where this is a Gartley pattern ending right there. Possible reversal here. That's what the Fibonacci traders will be saying. So in this zone, not only area weight traders that are expecting the double zigzag will be selling here. Fibonacci pattern trader will join them also here. Fibonacci pattern trader will be interested to sell either 88.6% at a 78.0 and also at a 50% Fibonacci retracement of the SA. So all in all right, talking about how to forecast the end of the S wave of the double zigzag pattern, draw the useful trend line after the trending phase and the first zigzag pattern is completed. All right, like I've done it now, okay. Go into the mind of the Fibonacci traders, highlight the 78.6%, 88.6%, and 50% Fibonacci retracement of the SA. The SA in this case is the high of the zigzag, the first zigzag pattern, and the low of the zigzag pattern is what we call the A. The Fibonacci pattern trader are expecting now the ABCD chart pattern. Go to www.stochastic-market.com, learn about the ABCD chart pattern. But if you want to know more about the Fibonacci pattern trading, go to www.dayprotrader.com. I will be writing more articles about the individual Fibonacci pattern that I may post on that website, dayprotraders.com. Okay. You get it now? So will that be useful? Here in this case it was useful, yes or no? It stopped at 78.6% level. And also on the edge of our blue trend line. This is a hotspot in the zone. Now that the common settler is broken, we say, whoa, we have a zigzag. Now we have a free, or something we have an X. So one more thing. I want this to click in your mind, okay? Remember this. Am I talking to you now? Okay, now I got your attention. If you are an area weight trader, you see a trending phase is completed, okay? Let's check the tile. A trending phase is completed. And now the correction is a zigzag, okay? And the zigzag bring the price to the moving of a 200. Remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this. Alright? If after the first zigzag is completed, you have a free like this or X wave, and the common settler is broken, remember this. Expect again another zigzag. Did I say that? If you have zigzag, a trending first, a zigzag, and a free, or X, so this is it. Trending first, a zigzag, and X. The common settler is broken. Expect another zigzag pattern. Did I say that? Yes, I did. Sometimes they may say, Joe, you just told me that anytime we have a trending first, and we have a zigzag, and we have a free, definitely we're going to have another zigzag. No, that's not what I meant. I say expect another zigzag. The expectation does not mean that definitely it's going to be a zigzag. but there is a high chance that it may be a zigzag. Why? Because Elliott wave traders, they see it now. They see trending fell, and they see the zigzag, and they say 1, 2, 3. Most of those Elliott wave traders start thinking of what? A double zigzag. That's why I'm saying to you, expect like them, also a zigzag. But don't bank on it, don't hang on it, alright? Don't hang on it. Don't just think that definitely it's going to be zigzag. It can be another corrective wave. So another way to put it to you, if you don't want that recommendation, is that if you have a trending first and a zigzag and a frame, right, expect another corrective wave. But the first corrective wave that you should expect should be a zigzag. It may not be a zigzag. Usually you see that. So I will come back again to the same chart again, and we'll be talking about why I'm calling this a zigzag. So let me say it doesn't look like a zigzag. Another thing that I said to traders before, which it is important, I will say it again, is that don't fight other traders that are calling this a WSY wave when we are talking about a double zigzag. All in all, this tutorial is about how to forecast the end of the S wave of a double zigzag, draw the useful trend line, and go into the mind of the Fibonacci pattern traders, higher at the 78.6%, 88.6%, and the 50% Fibonacci retracement of the first zigzag. Alright? Or any, do also, you can also go, we can do more. We can draw again a channel and project the channels, you see. So the trending fan that is completed, right, was in a channel. You see this channel? And now we can switch into what we call a market geometry. Okay, so do your drawing, and also not only trend line, you can do projection of channel. You see, now I'm projecting that blue channel using market geometry. You see. Okay, keep doing that. You see, one more time. Okay. You'll be amazed how the market geometry also can be useful. Almost. Can you see that? Almost touching that last channel. The edge of, you see, this is the second projection. Almost. Alright. If you have any question, suggestion, lament, blah blah blah, feel free to put in a comment section. In due course, I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. If this video has been truly useful to you, please let us know by giving us your beautiful thumbs up. If you dislike it, be sure to mark it down. If you think that this is an essential tutorial, feel free to share with your friend on Tumblr, Facebook, and Twitter. Alright? So this will conclude our discussion today about how to forecast the end of S wave of a double zigzag pattern. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the TSTW24 traders talking about how to forecast the end of the S wave of a double zigzag pattern. Happy to meet you all, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you for watching, and I mean it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, 24 Elliott Wave, digit 2, digit 4, Elliott Wave in plural. Be sure to click on the notification bell, so anytime we record a new video, you will be the first person to be notified. Happy to meet you all, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you for watching.